Hello again, everyone. Melth here, with more of my Baldur's Gate 3 challenge run. You can see the full rules description in the YouTube video description, but the main things I'll be trying to do on this run are no long rests, no healing potions for my party, and trying to tackle every encounter I can with combat. Watch out for spoilers throughout the video. Now, out of character, last time, we had basically gone through the Druid Grove, talked to a few other NPCs there, killed Nettie, and looted the place, and then left. Now, there are no out-of-character consequences for antagonizing people in there and killing Nettie. No one cares. But in character, we kind of assume that we're probably fugitives there at this point, and we need to find some way to earn our way back into their good graces. As luck would have it, we found that they're torturing, or that is, goblins are torturing some druid over here, so maybe if we rescue that guy, we can get back some of the esteem that we have lost. Probably not enough on its own, though. Okay, so we can see that there's a trap there. Let me see if I can disarm that. Don't have sleight of hand proficiency on this guy, but with those bonuses, I think I'm still the best party member for the job. Each of these is worth plus 2.5, whereas proficiency is only worth plus 2 at this point in the game. I've mentioned before, I think, that guidance is really quite overpowered, as kind of just like a 5e problem, and makes things like rogues not really be as good at skills as they're supposed to be in comparison. Failed that one. What are my chances? I mean, plus 2.5, plus 2.5, so that's plus 5, plus 8, so I need to roll at least a 7 on average. That's pretty good odds. I can do a little bit better, though. Let me switch these up again. Huh. Going to go through a lot of thieves' tools here, as it seems. That's unfortunate. Nature's Snare. That stuff used to be better. As far as I can tell, it no longer does what it used to, which is that formerly, while you held it, if you did any kind of attack with any weapon whatsoever, you had a chance to ensnare the target, which is great on ranged weapons. I don't think that happens anymore. Still decent, of course, I would say. Now, let's get these gloves switched back. We should probably have the gloves of archery on Astarion. We should probably have missile snaring on Karla, because she can't fix herself if she takes any hit point damage, so this is where I think I want the gloves to be. Okay, this is acceptable.
Let's move.
We already disarmed this statue over here by hitting that rune. There are 2 more to get. Let's take care of that. Once we've maybe dealt with the druid and looting the goblins over here, that is.
Let's have a look.
Scratch might get us into trouble here. When he spots treasure, which there is one over there, he'll often just go walking off to a place you don't want him to be and possibly aggro enemies or get killed or things like that. I once had a bizarre situation where he ran off on his own and initiated conversation with a bunch of ogres, and was able to talk with them and have all the normal human dialogue options. He ultimately successfully intimidated them, which is pretty funny, but very buggy and weird seeming behavior. You know, it's great to just first strike goblins and kill them before they get any chances to make moves, because we get all these acid arrows off of them and things like that. They would otherwise fire at us, so not only do we avoid taking damage, we get more treasure too. First strikes are great. Now, I think to cure this druid, we need to give him some kind of healing.
His breaths are shallow, his wounds deep. He doesn't respond to your voice.
So, why doesn't it just give me 4 rows here? I have 4 rows for this for a reason. Let's just like throw a potion at him or something like that. Do I only have these ones here? Whatever, those will do. Let me go back to my real form to talk so that you'll convey the good news that I saved you as myself rather than some random drow. They aren't really in the grove here.
It's my fault. I thought I'd given them the slip, but they followed me through the tunnel back there.
Dangerous situation. The goblins have a backdoor route here, or at least they would if they'd gotten anything
I stepped
out.
careful. There are traps in these tunnels. And thank you again.
Alright, so hopefully we've gone a step toward rebuilding the goodwill that we have lost in the Druid Grove. Again, out of character, no consequences whatsoever, but I'm trying to do some kind of roleplay little story here. It got more complicated when Astarion failed with a 1, his attempt at sleight of hand, the wolf rune from Wrath, which was unexpected, and therefore had to steal it twice, which was just awkward. Alright, I think it's best to go into tournament mode to turn these things off so you can just run up before the statue can fire at you.
Maggots will be done.
I guess in case of any kind of mishap, we should probably have it be Karlach who jumps, because she resists fire and they shoot firebolts at you. Come on. Okay.
If you insist.
So let's turn off that rune. That should be the last one disabled, which should now be good. We get the key to the chest that we just opened. That tends to be the case in this game. I often just find that keys are harder to locate than the chests themselves, and so I almost never get any use out of them. I guess I could have saved some thieves' trolls in this case, but that'll probably be okay. So there's the treasure that Scratch found. Let's dig it up. Tell him good boy or something. We have a lot of those, don't we? And some alchemy ingredients. When, yeah, the dagger root is appreciated. That helps you make, as I've said before, oils of accuracy, which are... Look how far you can jump when you have super strength and long jump. It's amazing.
I've got a long road ahead.
Which is another reason the Hill Giant elixirs are, I think, pretty good in the early game. I wouldn't really use them for most characters after that, but you not only give you an offense bonus, which is pretty substantial when you don't have any other ways to attack besides throwing things at people, which uses strength to hit and damage, by the way, if you didn't know. They also give you a mobility boost by making your jumps be super long. So they're just pretty darn good elixirs for the early phases of the game. Later on I might switch that up. So this is a back door that leads to the prison, basically, where you get locked up if you commit any kind of crimes. There is kind of a thing in this game where every single prison is just made out of cardboard and super easy to escape.
You ain't gonna shoot me.
So,
Your hands are shaking.
she's the one who lost a friend at the gate. Or a brother, I think, actually.
That's the point.
And wants to kill this goblin for it.
She didn't kill your brother, Arca. You're better than this.
Ballista, especially given his experience with this goblin butler, now has a particular loathing for goblins.
Shot through her mouth. Would she taste the metal before she died?
I think either way should taste metal, right? Because blood tastes like
Shoot before you lose
copper
your
and
mind,
iron. So, as soon as she has any kind of
Had it to begin with.
mouth or head injury, should certainly be tasted. Whatever. I think he wants to do some interrogating and then do the killing himself. He might not step in front of the crossbow, though. That'd be a little bit much for him right now.
Chosen by the absolute I am. I'm blessed.
So another absolute cultist. Maybe we can get some information about that. Oh, I guess I do have to move in front. Very well. No option to talk her down without doing so.
Looks like the absolute sent me a protector. You're gonna kill him too? You move.
If you do something like friends, they can often report you to the guards, so it's best to use it only where you know they don't have any guards to report it to, basically. Or where you plan to fight them afterward.
You're right. I wish you weren't. I really do. Damn you. Damn it! Why do you care if a goblin lives or dies?
Your soft heart will be the death of us. You'd better.
Maybe your incompetence and brutality will be. Did you think of that labeling as well?
Let's go.
Oh, you thieves are all boring. Even your cages are boring.
So they'll talk to her and then probably kill her after that.
Ain't you
Clearly now that she's near an escape route that could lead her
Don't
to a
believe her.
dangerous backdoor that would destroy the druid grove, so we can't allow her to live.
Org meat. My tribe's coming. They're gonna burn this pretty place for the glory of
Charming.
the absolute and hang you by your guts.
No point in asking for gratitude from a goblin. Who would even want that?
Face of the world we are. The absolute is gold from the sky. She
So
is.
vague,
The blessing in the storm and the storm itself.
meaningless goblin ramblings. He thinks he can get nothing useful from her at this point.
Maybe she sent you to help me. And you will. If you want to save your skin.
I've already killed a bunch of goblins. I'm pretty sure I'm okay.
Don't worry. Priestess Gut will patch us up.
I've already met her.
Lab set up, cooks up potions that fix our lads, no matter how much of a beating they take.
You know, I haven't tried killing her first and coming back here. That'd be pretty funny if I just came back and said, I already killed Gut.
Mighty booyog.
I already have met her. This just feels very silly. While this is going on,
Subtle steps.
we can maybe go over here. There's some torch stalk mushrooms to watch out for. If we just run ahead, it'll be safe, I think.
That's an unruly little mushroom. Best not get too close.
Alright, now who's good at intimidation here? Oh, you were way back there.
Well, well, well.
It'd be out of character for you to intimidate, but...
Me?
Oh, you finally figured out how to jump. That's nice.
Eager for battle. Quickly then. What lies within?
Stop! This place is off.
So we're kind of back toward that locked door that we were near in the Druid Grove. Rolling a lot of ones lately. I might need to actually salvage this to avoid being turned into the guards. Okay. So she was affected by the hag, who gave her a potion that ultimately made her paralyzed. Can I just loot the entire chest? No. In that case, I'll have a star and take care of it. By the way, loot the entire chest, I mean, like, walk off with the whole thing. And then lockpick it at my leisure. This is not going to be easy to pick at this stage of the game, but I got a good roll, so there we go. Not much in it. The rat tells you this is, like, the evil place, and that's probably because it's full of poison that's most likely used on the rats. So I find that's kind of an interesting touch. We might be led to think something interesting is coming from the animal, but then it's actually just kind of a minor cache of poisons.
It's mine now.
Druid's Ledger. I don't remember that item. Let's see what that says. So I guess they're somehow failing to just goodberry their way out of this problem.
Quick step.
Anyway, you can cure her paralysis, and maybe Karlach will feel bad about that, and do that. It'll cost me a second level spell slot, but I might just do that. I don't know if she'll respond, given how things went, but we'll try it. Oh, come on.
My legs! I can stand again! Did you do that? Thank you.
Look, you're not really
A little
supposed
too
to
late
be
for
here,
that.
but I'll turn a blind eye. Just don't touch anything, all right?
So, use the spell slot of high power level on a little roleplay thing there, but I think Karlach would probably have done that after what I think was a fairly in-character display from Le Boingzel. Right, run past the torch stalks, don't let them ignite. Meanwhile, back to this conversation.
It's the truth. I swear on your mother's grave. Get me out of here, and I'll tell you where to find her. Deal? Suit yourself. Looking forward to seeing what your innards look like.
You first.
I'm gonna bite the heads off your kids and your birdies. And
Hey,
your
you leave Scratch out of this.
Your aggression has
Okay, I guess I need to do things in a faster way so we shouldn't call the guards in on us. We are in non-lethal mode. Another warning, really. There we go. And then we can give the Spell Thief bow over to... No. Over to Le Boingzel,
eager for battle.
who I think can get close enough to get the kill from here. Or get the auto-critical from here, that is. There we go. Got a spell slot back. Then we can interrogate her corpse and move on.
Keep a blade close.
Yes, the corpse, not the bars.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Raglan. Waterfall.
So Raglan has a treasure hoard, and there's also the bridge near the waterfall.
Scouting.
All the scouts under Mithar's command have just been doing terribly.
Evenings. Don't fight.
Goblins whining about fairness. They're known for nothing but like cowardice, ambushes, and things like that.
Boss Raglan. And the
So, nothing new for us in character. We already kind of knew that.
everything.
Oh, so she doesn't really understand anything about their religion, basically. They're all pretty useless.
West. Temple ruins.
The spell's power.
Any loot? Probably they've already have taken that off of her. Yeah, as one would expect. Okay.
No time to rest.
Very well. On with our adventure.
These books
So,
have seen everything.
we're probably still wanted here. Let me put on my disguise again. And go back out the other way from the tunnel. Tunnel's just kind of a little bit long to walk through. At this point in the game, out of character, the main thing I'm trying to do is wrap up a few comparatively easy early adventures to get close to level 4. I'm already almost there. Once I hit level 4, a lot more encounters that would right now be doable but kind of luck-based will become much more feasible with good strategy, because my offense will increase a lot at level 4, and then again a lot at level 5 especially. So, there are many fights that I could do right now, and probably would do more readily on an ordinary run, but here where I really can't afford anything to go wrong, I need to wait until I'm a little bit stronger and can guarantee victories without taking damage. As much as possible, anyway. Alright, so over here we'll meet a few more absolute cultists. If we're smart, we can grab some high ground before we approach these somewhat suspicious people.
Oh, enough waiting. I crave blood.
Let's put it on Astarion. If we can.
An efficient path.
I'm going to select Astarion here. Thank you. High ground. Yep. Oh, whoops. Clumsy of me to forget those were there.
Assume nothing.
Alright, you can probably jump from further away because you have better strength. Oh, forgot to ungroup them.
Still alive. So that's progress.
All
Time
right.
to press ahead.
Let's go and do the conversation.
Soul, you can't die. Please.
So, first time we're meeting, I think, a human true soul here, which just means a person affected by a mind flayer parasite, basically. They're all siblings.
Not a step closer.
Oh,
As the
didn't mean to have
symbol
Karlach be the one up
glows,
front.
Power courses through you. Authority.
He's hurt badly, and Owlbear got him deep. If there's anything you can do,
I'm watching you.
The injured man locks eyes with you. A familiar squirming churns in your head. Your minds intertwine. You see his siblings, Andric and Brenna, new recruits. Yours to shepherd.
Protect them.
She is a true soul. Mind her.
His voice sounds less strained than it does with his version when he's saying mind him.
She
It's interesting.
Edwin! Ed!
As far as I'm aware, there's no option to actually heal him.
With the absolute now. You're a true soul.
So we're going to learn more about the religion
Our
here.
brother, he was chosen. Like you. Do you have orders for us?
We were reporting to Edwin.
What? Are you testing us? The Absolute is our goddess. She's going to rip down the old world order.
I don't like the sound of that, but basically, they've been given very vague promises about just, you know, tyrannizing everyone else, essentially.
A true soul,
Especially with the true souls.
has been chosen by the Absolute. You speak with her voice.
You'd think that humans would know better. I mean, humans were already, if not on top of the current world, at least close to it. Goblins at least have nothing to lose, and have only terrible gods.
I don't know any druids.
You're living right near a druid. Well, you're not really living, but you're right near a druid camp.
We know that all too well, ma'am, but the Absolute sent us here.
We're looking for fugitives, survivors from that ship that crashed farther west of here.
Isn't it more south from here? Am I misremembering the map? Well, Cardlike might go ahead and say this.
You!
I don't know why they have orders to kill us. I think they want to, you know, capture us and get the weapon or something like that. Or bring us back to camp and then capture us there. That would be probably smarter, but... And these Absolutists are not the brightest bunch most of the time. Well, being up above, you have a pretty good vantage point. Why don't you throw down a hand axe at... Oh, you know what I should do to be smart? Okay. The bird should go and try to blind Andric. He's the harder one to hit. There we go. Now he's no longer the harder one to hit. And now, importantly, my raven can get out of there safely. Once they're blinded, they can't attack of opportunity anymore, so you can do what you want. It's a great, you know, escape trick. Okay, so let's proceed. Throw that hand axe.
In my best interest.
Not high enough for extra damage. I'm not too surprised by that. But all attacks can have advantage, which is just devastating. If Astarion shoots from here, that has a good chance to kill. There we go. Which gives me a good chance. Well, I already have... No, I don't have advantage naturally. I now have advantage against her because now I'm invisible. Same thing as her being blinded against me, basically. I get another action, so this is going to be pretty easy. They're not a tough fight no matter what you do. Now, I could, of course, have done the smart thing, which is to have them help me to go take out the owlbear nearby. But I'm trying to do things in the hardest possible way, as I mentioned, so none of that. Gotta fight the owlbear on my own. When the time comes. Now would not be a good time for that. And there'd be no benefit, no reason to go there in character.
Strange power resonates within the corpse. It calls to you.
Follow your instincts. Don't be afraid.
Your limbs move with their own accord. There's
Now that part I don't get.
something you
Why would our limbs be moving? That doesn't really happen again in any other parasite scene I can think of.
always go to waste.
I don't think the Emperor can be controlling us like that.
Has absorbed it all.
Nor do I think the tadpole that we have would necessarily want to do. I don't know, maybe it does.
Strengthen.
Notice that symbol of the Absolute there. We have a triangle, which, along with the skull, is always Merkel's symbol. The skull is Merkel's symbol and also Baal's symbol, and then there's also that handprint, which is Bane's symbol. So, the symbol of the dead three, essentially. Might as well absorb the tadpole. I don't know why that broke his neck, but... Anyway, another Mind Flare tadpole. We'll give that to Astarion, probably. Both because he's willing to use it right now, and also because he can benefit a lot from getting +2 to all of his first attack rolls. So you get your wish, Astarion.
Looking ahead.
Has a lot of food. I guess he's kind of plump, so maybe that's why. This broken spear can combine into an item, so we'll do that later on. It's not really a good item, necessarily, but, you know, just for completion's sake, I'll try to do that. Okay, let's speak with the dead here. I think this is a... The spell could maybe have had a few more uses on comparatively minor figures instead of just the major obvious ones. But there's a fair amount of good uses of it. We learned some interesting information from it.
Serving the Absolute. Following.
These just had a lot of blood in them, didn't they? The ground is just, like, puddled with it.
The Absolute's chosen few, my brother, they hear her words. Our leader, our goddess.
Generic cultist trope.
Bow to her or die. Serving the absolute, following her true souls. Brynna.
So, nothing really useful there.
Servant to the absolute.
The spell's power.
Will the true soul know anything else? I wish we could ask him about his parasite. I don't think we can. I mean, he probably wouldn't know, same as the drow wouldn't know. They don't know that they're infested.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
So that's nice. His brother and sister are the things that he thinks are most valuable.
Sister. Brother. My job.
Considering that, you should have known better than leaving from an owlbear nest.
Protect them.
It seemingly was all his fault, from the way the others described the events, basically.
Looking for her weapon. The absolute.
Yeah, it really is probably not the brightest move for this, fake goddess, the Absolute, that's being set up as a figurehead behind which the Dead Three can operate behind several layers of deception. It's just not bright to have her symbol just be the symbol of the Dead Three mashed together. Maybe they didn't want to pay some kind of independent studio to design a better logo for them. I don't know why they would lie about it in this way to them, because that's not really what happened.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
You think they would have given enough information to be more likely to actually track it down successfully? Because they have pretty much full information about it, or at least possibly they do. That is, the upper levels of the cult do. They know what it looks like and things like that. Okay, well, let's go into Goblin Town and follow up on that rumor about the Red Wizard there, and also fight a few other random goblins that are in there. Goblins first. Let's get on up here. Let's get on up here. So there's some back there. We get the high ground, which should have a pretty easy time just laying waste to them. If you run over here, can you throw a javelin? Oh, spotted us. Now it teleports us down there for this conversation.
Might have to take that nose.
Man, they're all the same line, huh?
Bloody booyah. Someone's got their...
Oh, I haven't seen that before. He's making fun of the tiny with Yankee nose. That's interesting.
As the symbol glows, power courses through you. Authority.
Only that one aggroed? Okay, that's a little silly. I want to see if I can aggro the rest so we can have a proper fight. So I will not attack that one, but maybe throw a hand axe down at that one? Can I hit the guys who are over there and pull them all in? Maybe I can't even see them yet. Huh. Well, I'll try and see if I can aggro them by doing something like that at least.
Taking position.
Stealth? I'm not in stealth mode. Sometimes when it's just hard to see, it just, you get automatic stealth, basically, which it makes things easier than I want it to be.
What now?
Oh well.
Gods, it's hot in here.
Let's give you something that's more throwable than that. Have a javelin. And now, you, goblin, you have a javelin. Okay, well, maybe we'll go down below and fight the rest of the goblins there. Shouldn't be that hard. We do need to go down that direction, otherwise our guys will stupidly choose to just walk off the roof and tell them to click down there. I find the estimate that order them to go this far first, or otherwise. Oh no, Scratch, you are not being a smart boy. He's gonna run in there and start a fight or something because he smells treasure somewhere or other. His treasure-finding nose is really a problem at times. There's no way, as far as I'm aware, to tell him to stop either. I got the javelin back? What? There's another goblin somewhere around here? Down there, okay. Let's just fight it out. Easy enough. There's a couple more around here, too. You can see we can't speak to these goblins. They would have nothing to say. As I said, most generic soldiers don't have really anything. I do like that they at least have names. There are very few nameless enemies in this game, besides skeletons and things like that. If it's like a sentient race, it probably has a name. There are a few exceptions, but not that many.
What's inside?
So, I appreciate that little bit of detail.
You sniffing where you ain't ought to be, friend.
Didn't you hear us just kill all those guys?
As the symbol.
Man, okay, the nose thing is getting repetitive. Okay. Now, I was trying to loot this barrel. There we go. Before I was really interrupted by these goblins. Why does Lae'zel do poorly on initiative? She has the same dexterity as everybody. Okay, she just must have rolled badly. That's fine. Goblins have good dexterity, so they sometimes win initiative, which is why I need alertness once I can afford it. At least it's one of the reasons why I need alertness. I want to get a kill with him so that he can get another action. So let's dash with one of those actions, get over there to where we can see the other one, and then shoot it.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Can you jump over here? Will that work? Yes.
If not over, then through.
There are some ogres nearby I can front soon, but I'll probably wait till I have a bit more damage. I think I have a way I can beat them with no damage taken at this point, but it just will be faster when I have more sources of damage because they have big hit point bars. In any case, I'll go in here and loot this alchemist house and find a little mini dungeon thing to go through. That's pretty interesting, I think.
Sunset can't come quickly enough.
Oh, because you want to rest? Not happening, Astarion. Dagger root. Nice. We're going to be so accurate.
Always room for more.
So, I guess we're supposed to just kind of suspend disbelief about this place still being intact after more than 100 years.
It says
All the plants still here on the shelves.
I don't see one.
Lucky that's a crystal that grows underground. We'll find more of it when we go to the Underdark later on. It's barely worth stealing mugwort, or not stealing, but looting it. It just... Come on, click it. It only makes healing potions, but I might as well just grab it while I'm here. Lots of alchemy ingredients in various containers around hereabouts. So this was the lair of that red wizard, with this really sketchy stuff hidden away behind some secret doors and some guardians. His apprentice also worked here, and his apprentice hated him and hated having to make healing potions in particular. There's an interesting story to uncover there. It's one of the better questions in the game, I would say, in terms of just how many clues you can find to piece together the story in what feel like comparatively natural ways most of the time. With multiple ways to discover the information, and without you needing to do it if you don't really care about it, too. Oh, potion of speed, I'm happy to have that. So the healer's log. Learn about some of the people in town. I don't know if Samson's the blacksmith was drawing up that design for the special weapon and whatnot, or Samson's apprentice. because the note says basically the students would outdo the master, but the apprentice we hear about here doesn't really seem to be old enough or competent enough to be the ones who was figuring this stuff out. So, a little confused. Maybe I misremember some clue that makes it clear which one it is. Suspicious poison. It looks like a healing potion, but it is just a poison.
That might be worth a look.
And this is the alchemy book author who writes many alchemy books, but then here we have this person just scrawling in that he hates making healing potions. He's sworn to his master, so he sticks with him despite hating him and not wanting to be making healing potions, basically. Boxes blocking the lever that opens up the secret back room area. And paintings are worth a decent amount of money, so I might as well grab that one off the wall. And that one off the floor, I guess. Okay, in we go to the opening of a secret lair. I remember a very silly ambush happening here in my first game with my wife, where you open one box, it's full of a skeleton. We kind of suspected that. Calling that a surprise? Fine, I guess, even though we suspected something was amiss. What I hated, though, was that during the surprise round, the guy was able to get up from his box, walk away from us, open another casket, have that guy get out and join the surprise round, then all just work together, opening the caskets together. That part was silly, does not really work the way the surprise round rules work either in the game, D&D that is, or by logic. So, didn't love that part of it. The rest of it's fine and good. The surprise round rules in this game are very punishing. Like, even by D&D standards, I would say. Double damage because it's, made of bones.
On the move.
Oop. I misclicked and wasted my attack there. Whoops.
Try something else.
Let's try the exact same thing. Show that Dream Guardian who's boss.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
You know what might be faster? Let's just have you control click. You might be able to just break him down quicker that way. Survival failed. I guess we're dead now. Click it. Click it. There we go. Doing it as a whole bunch of separate tiny fights makes it pretty trivial. If you don't roll minimum damage, that is. Scratch. Seek. Nope. Okay. There we go.
No one stopped me yet.
What's the story?
Okay, we've all failed to spot the treasure, seemingly. Let's just dig it up.
Still breathing, despite everything.
I forget where exactly it is, but you can just shovel the ground here and you'll find it. Not there. Was it more like over here?
Nothing. Nothing interesting buried here. No use digging here.
It was unusual for him to start digging there. Oh, there it is. I just missed it.
On my way.
Huh. You can see how often I dig without having found the thing. Ah, scroll to remove curse. That's useful. There'll be many curse effects in this game, but just having a way to fix them without spending a level 3 spell slot will be useful. Once I have a cleric that could legitimately cast it, and therefore will allow me by my rolls to cast it from a scroll.
Don't burn yourself.
Alright, make sure I hit the right guy. Okay. Wouldn't want to bonk one of my allies here.
Come on, let's go.
Not all of them have skeletons in them, but most of them do.
I'm heating up.
Okay, you missed, so that's not ideal, but okay.
Can you feel death's cold grip?
Thing here. I gave him the right gloves, right? Yes, I did. Okay, good. I am so close to level 4. The Dark Journal is Ilan Toth the Red Wizard's journal. I don't know why it's lying over here, honestly. Yeah, the Red Wizards are always tattooed with these magic things that let them share power from the weaker ones, basically giving it to their seniors. It was an interesting class in D&D 3.5 when it's implemented as a prestige class. I liked it. The Zolkers are leaders in Thay. They come from. Well, there's a few more caskets to destroy here, with a few more skeletons.
Hey, good looking. Hey.
Let's get back to you, Smacky.
Blood comes easy these days.
Let's march. Phew.
I think this is the last one of them. By the way, I don't know if I said this out loud before. The reason I'm having Karlach do this is that she does double damage because they're skeletons and she has a bludgeoning weapon, which they are vulnerable to. Okay, let's loot them all. Do they have anything? I forget. Yeah, they've got weapons. We can sell those.
I'll take that. Anything of use?
There's sunlight in here, so there must be holes above ground that lead in here, but I'm not actually aware of any on the surface worlds, so maybe there really aren't in-game, or maybe I just missed them somewhere. It would be neat if there were. We can have a... Oh, I'm encumbered with all the weapons that I've been looting. Lots of treasure when we get back to the Grove. As I said before, if you just, share items around people and sell them when you have a decent supply, you should never ever run out of inventory space in this game. Okay. This one happened to has no skeleton in it. So, find Alchemist Fire, this scroll that we can use, and these charmingly named implements belonging to this closet that used to be here. Let me, to make sure the closet summoning thing goes correctly. This can be kind of buggy. If you do it right and things go your way, you get him as kind of a permanent available summon. If things go wrong in any unexpected way, you don't get him. So I'm going to make sure I know how to do that, and perhaps pick up with that next time. Thank you for watching, everyone, and a special thank you to my Patreon supporters: Master Knight DH, Jackie, and Lino, George Grin, Travis, Carlo Andrea 97, Gregory, Danny Hall, William Wakefield, Jeffrey Morse, Dylan Wagner, Just Becca, Jack, Austin Livingston, Mashas01, CL, Jacob Marshall, Nubiana, and Till Fisher. Have a great day, everyone.